These are 3 tips I would highly recommend if you want to stay lean year round. Number 1 is to make sure you're doing cardio consistently year round. So why is that? So essentially when you do cardio year round, you just become fitter. So when you become fitter, you are able to burn more calories within that same time frame. So people say you can adapt and you burn less calories, but where I'm coming from is if you do 20 minutes on the Stairmaster, for example, and when you start out, you're doing level 4, level 5, you're basically out of breath, you're dying. But the more you do it, you start in January, but by the time December comes around, you're consistently doing that same 20 minutes, but now you're doing level 10 to 12. So you've doubled the output in the same amount of time. So you're just burning a lot of calories within that same time frame. Take running. I run for 20 minutes. Let's say you're so unfit, when you start 20 minutes, you have to walk. And then you go into a brisk walk, and then a jog, and then a run, and then you get fitter at running. You're just going to burn more calories within that same 20 minutes. So it's very key. Also, when you do cardio like this, you tend to push away blood from the stomach to your muscles, and it definitely reduces your appetite. Number 2 is to stop viewing fat loss as like a 12-week, 16-week diet, and think about actual lifestyle changes, habitual changes. So when you do go out, so it's going from the mindset of, instead of destroying my body, going out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then eating loads on Sunday to recover, to repair, like a Sunday brunch or whatever, can you instead just minimize it to once or twice and not having, so only going out on Friday and Saturday and not drinking as much as you usually do. Every time you go out, you don't need to get smashed out of your face. You can, go a bit more moderate on the approach to this. That way you're still enjoying, but there's certain habits that are shifting, and you're just not gonna be as unhealthy, even down to the small things too. So for example, when I go out, first of all, I'm gonna make sure I'm not hungry when I go out, so I don't start eating with my eyes when I go to the supermarket, when I go here, there, whatever. And then let's say I'm at home and I'm making food, I'm gonna make sure I have a well-balanced plate. I'm gonna make sure I have protein in every meal, because I know that's gonna help me with my satiation, with me feeling full. It's gonna help me with my muscle recovery, growth, all that stuff. So just little things like that. When I go to, let's say I'm hungry and I just quickly run into the supermarket, instead of opting for the crisps or whatever you get, I'm gonna opt for a protein bar and some water, or a protein bar and a piece of fruit and water. All these little things. Or let's say when I go to work, can I park just a little bit further just to get a bit more steps in? Or when I'm at, or maybe you don't want to do that. So when I'm at work, maybe I can take the stairs up to work instead of taking the elevator or the escalator. When I go to the supermarket, back to the supermarket situation again, can I park a bit further away from the supermarket so I can get a bit more steps, go into the supermarket, walking around, and a bit more steps when I go back to my car? Or if you take the train to work, when I get the train, can I get off the stop earlier just to squeeze in a few more steps? And then when I finish work, can I go walk a bit more and then catch not the nearest station, but the one after that? So things like that will definitely help you in the long run, and it just creates a more kind of active lifestyle where you're essentially just moving more. Because a big thing people forget, like when they get older, people tend to become more out of shape, but what they do, and they kind of blame it on their metabolism, and that's a whole limiting belief in itself, but that's for another video. But they blame it on their metabolism, they blame it on just getting older, but in actual reality, they've just become less active. When you're at school, obviously you're super active. When you're at university, college, whatever, you're super active. But when you get into a working role, you tend to sit down a lot. You tend to not be active. You tend to go out in terms of, because you have more income, you go out, you're more social, and you eat more, you drink more. You do all these things that kind of go against what you're trying to achieve. So instead of being more active, moving more, eating right, eating less, you move less and you eat more. But yeah, that's a whole, but yeah, sorry, I went off on a tangent, but yeah, those will definitely help keep you more active and stay in shape too. And number 3 is the calorie bank. So cycle your calories, calorie bank, whatever you want to call it. So all this means is, let's say you go out for a meal out with your friends, your family, your significant other, whoever it may be, on a Saturday night. You know you're going to be having, I don't know, you're going to be having some Indian food or some Chinese food or some sushi or whatever it is. So with that in mind, okay, I'm going to be eating a lot. I'm probably going to have a cocktail, or I'm probably going to have a drink, or blah, 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 you're going to go over your calories, right? Like in that meal alone, cannot even consider what you're eating earlier that day, or if you are at all, you probably are. But so what I would suggest you do is think about it like this. Like we know we need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. We know we need to burn more energy than we consume on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly, on a yearly. But I would say focus on the whole week's perspective. So daily you're going to be in a calorie surplus on paper, yes. But on the week as a whole, you can make certain adjustments to make the Saturday not as bad. You can make it maintenance, maybe even still be in a deficit, but let's just say damage control, so you're not trying to mess it up too bad. So what you do is you create a slight calorie deficit from Monday to Friday leading up to that Saturday, and it doesn't have to be harsh. It can be 200 calories, it could be 300 calories. We're gonna say 200 calories. We're gonna make the deficit so small that it doesn't really feel like anything. So we're gonna go 200 calories of the deficit. So by the time Saturday comes around, you've built up 1,000 calories worth in your bank. You've banked 1,000 calories because Monday, Friday, 200 every day. 5 times 200, 1,000 calories. So by the time Saturday comes around, you've got 1,000 calories in your bank. So when you do go out, you know, okay, cool. And you could even maybe push back your first meal on that Saturday. You could even fast on that Saturday. You can actually fast until your meal, depends what you like. Or you can just opt for like a high protein option on the Saturday. And then just so it's just like, just high protein, high fats, or not even high fats, sorry, just high protein, a little bit of fat, and then you know that, okay, cool, you come into your Saturday meal with whoever you're going out with, you have 1,000 calories saved up, so that's a lot of leeway. But then also, depending on what you did that day, can also help you out too. So you know, if you do go overboard, which you probably will, just because of oils and hidden calories and stuff, so you're definitely eating a lot when you go out. That's just facts. You have a lot of wiggle room. So worst case, you do just end up back at maintenance, or you're in like a slight caloric surplus. And something you can do, relating to my very first point, was doing cardio that same day. So you could do cardio to burn more energy that day, so you have even more to play with in your bank for that Saturday. But yeah, hope these tips help. If you did find them useful, drop a comment, drop a like, tell me what you found useful. Tell me what you do to stay lean year round, if you are someone who likes to stay in shape year round. And don't forget to subscribe for more fitness content in the future. Peace, I'm out.